was like, whoa.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is presented by Underdog. If you're new to Underdog, today's the day. Get $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play just $5 with code It Is What It Is. To kick off the NBA season, there's a site-wide KD gimme pick you don't want to miss, plus daily promos all month long. Underdog is live in more than 30 states, including Georgia, Texas, and Missouri, just to name a few. So make sure y'all support the show, hit that subscribe button, lock in your bonus, and start playing today with code It Is What It Is. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mace and Cam, and today we are joined with our analyst Michael Irvin.
Killa, Michael Irvin, what's good, man?
It's all good. Halfway through, I know you guys in Vegas. Halfway through would be right here in Dallas, and then it should continue to go on east. We're here, Cam. You still in New York, Cam?
Nah, but I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Florida. I'm right up the block from you. I'm right up the block from
all
you.
right. Yeah. I'll be that way tomorrow. Tomorrow. You're right.
Yeah. Well, call me as soon as you touch down.
You'll be in Miami, Mike?
Yeah. The Miami game is Friday, so I'll go in tomorrow night and tomorrow evening, and I'm going with you. Okay. Hey, you should go, Cam. You should go to the game with me. You should do that. You should definitely.
First of all, I don't want to step on nobody's toes. If I'm invited, I'm definitely gonna go with you.
No doubt, Cam. No doubt. We're gonna hey, I'm gonna hit you tomorrow for real. I'm gonna hit you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just get you see it. You should just see it. I've been calling the guys out, calling people out. I saw one of my coaches tweeted today, or X today, whatever you want to call it, about showing up at the Rock, at Hard Rock. I was like, what? I can't say it to Coke, but I'm gonna say, please. Like, wait a minute. Right. We gotta be past asking people to show up now. You started 9-0 last year. You're starting 5-0 this year, and right now you 2 in the whole world. Man, them jokers better show up and stop playing around, man, and get these boys that do. I need reciprocation from all the people in Miami. I need you to give your presence, cheers, and everything to reciprocate back to these young men that have put that hard work and dedication on the football field. So yeah, it's going to be lit.
How is it hard for us to get people to come to Miami? First of all, it's Miami.
No, but that's the problem. That's both the gift and the curse. You see,
okay,
right? Look, the gift is, boy, Miami, boy, hey, but the curse is, boy, y'all got to be doing something spectacular. Cause this is Miami. That's the only way you're gonna get us over there. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
We gotta pass all them booty clubs and everything to come to a hot football game. Out of your mind. Y'all better be ready. Y'all better be rocking on that field. Just like they could be rocking, and y'all know what the kind of clubs like they are in Miami.
And Booby Trap don't close. Booby Trap 24 hours.
24 hours a day. So you got to get people up out the bed. You know what I mean? So the good thing about Miami, though, you can go to the game at 7. It's over at 10:30. Go home and get you some rest till about 3. And then hit the spot. They still packed. You good. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So you can make 2 nights in one.
Y'all are going to need the cameras following y'all if y'all get together tomorrow, for real. And Mike, don't get on the field and do none of those moves you normally do while you got Killa with you, because this would be all bad for Killa if you do.
That'll be everything. Yeah, we should be able to take care of Louisville.
Yeah, if you laying on the field, Mike, and all that, it's going to be crazy, Killa. So you got to keep Mike on his best behavior.
Listen, man. The thing about it, Murder, Mike might not have me on my best behavior, and I might not want to be on my best behavior.
It's Miami, man. It's Miami.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, man.
Miami. It's that area. It's why I told him I was so happy that my NFL career, I wanted to play in Miami. I won't say that, but I knew, God knows better than me what's best for me, and I always said, I'm strong, but I ain't Hercules, and I can say no to a lot, but I ain't in. Takes you to a whole nother place. You know what I'm saying? Those Colombian, Brazilians, Italians, Puerto Ricans, all down in Miami. The Miamians are different. So
Mike
I
said
just kind of,
the
stay in my
Colombians,
lane.
Puerto Ricans, and Italians, Mike. He took his mind
yeah.
back.
Right.
They all in
They all
Miami. They
IANs.
waiting on you. Hi. You're like, hold on to your pocket right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious.
Oh, Mike.
I just want to add, I
Let's get
hope
the
this
football before we
happens. I
get
would
in
love
trouble.
to see this. Would
Let's
love
get
to see
up.
this.
This would be some great behind the scenes. It is what it is footage.
Yeah, and Cam, you don't even have to be on your best behavior. It's just something about the air and the field and being at the stadium and just all the things. You don't
Listen,
even know what you
listen,
might
man,
end up doing.
listen. No, that's what I'm trying to see. Murder said be on your best behavior. I'm not looking to be on my best behavior. At the game, I am. Look, man, I've been blessed.
No, I
I've been
meant
great.
Mike. I said keep Mike on
okay.
his best behavior. I know you're not going to be on your best behavior.
Yo, Murder, Mike worse than me. Mike worse than me, man.
That's why I said keep him on your best
All right,
behavior.
okay.
Mike was all the way in Brazil with his shirt off, painted like he was
man.
a part of the parade. Somebody said, "You see your uncle?" I said, "What is Mike doing right now?" Mike had glitter on from head to toe. I said, yeah, Mike is going wild.
That was fun, though. That was fun. And nobody knew who I was. That just made, a few people but a few people knew who you were. But when you really know the majority of the people, oh, you free? Oh, you really free? That little devil on that shoulder be saying, let's go all the way. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk to that joker. You got to talk to that joker. Yeah.
I can't wait to see it happen. Okay, y'all. So before we actually start with football, just a quick basketball topic at the top of the show. So Russell Westbrook, he's found a home. He is no longer a free agent. He's officially signing a 1-year deal with the Sacramento Kings. Mike, gonna have you go first. Do you like this for him?
I love it for Russ. He's still out in the California area. You know what I mean? So close enough to home and everything like that. But what I really like, and this is basketball players, and football players, you don't get this opportunity. Since in basketball, you really have two teams. You have that first team, the first five that goes in, and then you need somebody to lead that second team, that second group. Russ can give you both what we call the double entendre. He can be there for you, spell you, and give you that height, that tenacity, and he always going 150 miles per hour. So he's going to give you that excitement too. Now, also what you can do is take a guy like Russ, all-star, most triple scoring games in the history of the NBA, triple doubles in the history of the NBA. Now you say, Russ, you're no longer the real superstar, but you could be the superstar of this whole second unit. In Sacramento, they were like 28th and bench scoring. It's like 27, 28 points a game. So now you bring in Russ. Russ can get that by himself. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. But Sacramento still, even though they got Russ, they got the heart, they got that fight and everything, he'll be able to lead that second group. Sacramento's problem was outside shooting, and Russ doesn't help that much.
Yeah, they have Dennis Schroeder at the 1. I think it's Keon Ellis at the 2. And somehow they moved Zach LaVine to the 3. So I think Russ could probably even find himself in the starting 5 when it's all said and done. I don't see why not. I think him and Dennis Schroeder plays gonna play up to the same ability. But I think Dennis Schroeder is way more skill. Russell Westbrook is just way more athletic.
At the point,
Yeah,
you
at
mean?
the point guard. Yeah.
You mean what you really mean is Dennis Schroeder will be more willing to pass the ball when he gets it. Remember, that was Russ' issue in Oklahoma. Russ get that ball, hey, this is mine. He took that thing to the basket. So, he's got a little bit better. He's got a little bit better as he gotten a little older, understanding and realizing that he's not no longer the primary scorer. But still, you think about that. Your two starting, Schroeder and Russ, man, everybody will be sagging in the lane and crowding up the paint on your team because they're going to. You remember they'll say, Russ, Schroeder, you guys go ahead and shoot that three. They'll let them shoot that three. So yeah, they're going to need some shooters and not those two.
Yes, and then even if you move them to the second unit, I think they become way more explosive as well. So either way, I see it working. Even with him and Malik Monk coming off the bench, those are two explosive guards that could come off the bench and really make a difference in the game, even if it's for a short spurt. So I think this is a brilliant move. I didn't even think of Sacramento, and it keeps him, like you said, in California. He doesn't want to go that far from home. I thought he would end up back in Houston, but I'm very happy for us to be on Sacramento.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah, we could definitely pump the brakes on star unit. Like y'all didn't mention DeMar DeRozan whatsoever. DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine is definitely going to start before. Pardon me. Is going to start before Russell Westbrook. But I am happy Russ stayed in the league, and I'm a big Russell Westbrook fan because he doesn't cheat the game. He gives you 110% every game that he comes in. I'm just more of a person that's like, damn, I hope it works for us somewhere, because we've seen him come off the bench. We've seen him take a back step on different teams. We've seen him do that with the Lakers. We've seen him do that with the Clippers. We've seen him play second fiddle in Houston. Look, he's been around the last couple of years. And like Mike said at the beginning of the show, this is a dude who averaged a triple-double in the NBA. Like, not just, it was a big thing. Like, nobody did Oscar. He did it more than once. They would always bring up Oscar Robertson. Nobody did it since Oscar Robertson. Look, Russ did it. I remember, God bless the dead, Nipsey Russell died, and he stayed in the game and got 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 20 assists. I don't even know how you calculate that to look up at your stats and say how many more rebounds I need, or you better make this layup so I get an assist. And that's just a tribute to his talent. But for the last few years, just finding the right place for him to fit in at, it's just been sad to watch because, like I said, I'm a big fan. Does this make Sacramento a team or a favorite in the West, pardon me? No. No. It's more just we're happy that Russ didn't have to go overseas to get a check and we still get to see him play in the NBA. But is this going to put Sacramento over the top and make them a favorite in the Western Conference? No, it's not. Absolutely not. So I'm happy for Russ. But at the same time, Russ is still one of the people that I want to see get a championship. You got to think about this. It's a few people that's, on the way out. And I'm not counting Russ's clock or nobody, but you think about Chris Paul, never won a championship. 20 years in the league, however long it's been. You think about a Russell Westbrook, never won a championship. And it's a few people we see. My homeboy, shout out to my nigga Carmelo Anthony, he ended up leaving without a championship, and then it falls into that phase of all these great stars when you go to think about Karl Malone and John Stockton or Reggie Miller or Patrick Ewing, all these people who, Charles Barkley included, that were great superstars but didn't win a chip. And right now it just looks like Russ is going to be one of them superstars that miss out on the championship. Do I wish that? Absolutely not. But it's just looking like that for the foregone future.
And you know what I always say, Cam? It seems like it's. I don't want to say it's something over those guys, but it just seems like something's over those guys. Because I remember when Karl Malone went to the Lakers, I thought, oh, that's it, he'll get it now. He got a shot here. You know what I mean? Oh, he has a squad around him. and then some went
Right.
down there. You know what I mean? It was like,
Right.
it just seems like, yeah, with
Well,
those guys.
we're down there, whether it's true or not, indifferent, and we ain't going to dwell on it because God bless the dead, he's not here to defend himself. But the rumors started circulating that he was flirting with Kobe's wife, and then he got hurt. And once that's that's the thing that happened with Shaq. I mean, not wife or none of that shit, but when all that shit outside the court and you're not cool off the court.
Right.
Or the field, it translates into basketball. Because, like you said, that year he went to the Lakers. Think about this: Gary Payton went to the Lakers. They all tried to cheat and get a quick ring, and it didn't work out. Yeah.
And GP, my dog, I wanted to have it for him, man. You know what I mean? I was like, dang, man, how could you not get it there, man? It was just that was bad.
Well,
That's what I thought.
Mike, he did end up Gary Payton. That's my nigga too. He ended up sneaking down to Miami and getting one.
Right.
With Shaq and Dewey went, so.
But Carl and John Stockton never did. Carl and John Stockton. And them some of the baddest boys in the world. The mailman, man, and John Stockton. Boy, that dude was Cooper Flag and all of that stuff way before Cooper Flag. John Stockton was a tough white dude. You want to translate basketball and football? You want to? I'll pick out that what I'm seeing like a scatterboo do in New York. That's what Stockton was in Utah. The tough, hard white dude that didn't care nothing about no brother. He ain't care nothing about them brothers. I mean, John Stockton was tough. He played hard.
That's a fact. That's a fact, but you got to realize this. See, the difference between what that era, Mike, and what's going on now is, and don't get me wrong, this is my bro too. LeBron James is my bro. That's my nigga. Rich Paul, shout out to everybody over there at Clutch. But John Stockton, Karl Malone, Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, if you want to throw GP in there, whoever else didn't get it. It was Michael Jordan in their way. There's no excuse for nothing else right now. Michael Jordan was absolutely in everybody's way from 1991 until he left for us. So really the 90s was his. And then you got to think about the 80s, right? You think about the 80s, even though we're going back a little bit of time. You got Magic, Bird, and Isaiah taking that whole decade up. From the 80s, and the six men, and Dr. J won too as well. But the 80s was Magic, Isaiah, and Bird, and then Jordan had the 90s, and by the time the 2000s came, you got Shaq and Kobe and them niggas. Niggas bumped into niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you bump into these type of people who have that will, it's not going to let you just basically say, you're going to win. I know you like that. You're not going to win. And as much as I fuck with LeBron, that's my bro, and he went 10 straight Eastern Conference Finals, or however many it is. It's just different because people sit there and say, okay, we have a chance to win. When you play Michael Jordan, these stories we hear from people, they still having nightmares 30, 40 years later about playing Michael Jordan. I sit there and listen to some of these podcasts, and they be like, yo, man, I couldn't sleep that night. The whole night I was waking up sweating in the middle of the night. It was just a different thing, way the stories are told.
But you had in the league then, you knew who was king at the time. Right now, okay, that may change at any year. But for a spell, it was Magic and Magic and Bird. And then Jordan came in to take over the branding of the league from Magic and Bird. But at the time, Detroit was whooping tail with that old tough game. Remember, Michael Jordan had, after they kept sending him home, Michael Jordan said right after one of the games, no more off season. We hitting the weight room right now. We got to get tougher because everybody was bullying Michael Jordan. The Detroit Pistons was bullying him. New York was out there trying to bully him. So he had to fight his way in. They all had to fight their way in. That was the difference back then. You had bad boys and they had dominant teams. You had to show. It was like prison mentality. You got to step on the yard and beat the bad Negro in this yard before we call you bad. You know what I'm saying? It was different then.
Right. And last thing, let me give a little props to Isaiah Thomas because Isaiah will have a fucking fit. Because Isaiah has a fit. Me and Murder.
He don't get his love though, Cam. He don't get the love he deserves. Let's give him his credit. Let's give him his flowers.
Isaiah told us he's the best point guard ever because if he said everybody say Magic. This is Isaiah words, not mine.
Yeah.
He said, "You give me Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and see what I do." I had John Sally, no disrespect to John Sally, and he said, "Think about my championships, Cam and Murder," because we was talking to Isaiah when he said, "Think about my championships. I beat Bird, I beat Jordan, and I beat Magic. I beat all three of them." And like you said, nobody brings that up. I think because of this, Isaiah and Jordan. Then, like you said, Mike, you made up a great point. Brandon-wise, the league went to Michael Jordan after Bird and Magic, and Isaiah gets lost in translation sometime. Right. And they always forget. And he reminds me to remind y'all.
Yeah.
Bird, Magic, Jordan, damn, me. It was me. Yeah. He wants that out there. So shout out to my man Isaiah.
I'm with him on all of that. I'm with him all of that. But he's pumping a little too hard when he thinks he's better than Magic. Paul.
That's what he said.
See what I'm saying?
No, he said his exact words, Mike, was if you make him 6'8".
No.
This is what he said. If you make me 6'8" and you give me Kareem, I don't know if we ever stop losing.
That's the part I'm talking about. Because that's the part I'm talking about. Because Magic said, "Oh, we ain't got Kareem. I can go down there and play that position and get it done." See, Isaiah, you bad. You bad as Isaiah. But Magic was a different Magic. Magic can play all five positions and give you anything you needed. Isaiah can't do that. But he was a beast of a player, man. You got to give him his props.
Okay, good discussion, y'all. Now we're going to get into the football. So tonight, the Steelers will play the Bengals. The NFL is calling this the Battle of the Unks, which we'll get into that later. This is the third time in NFL history two QBs are going against each other in their 40s, with the other being Tom Brady versus Drew Brees, which happened twice. So, Mike, who do you think wins this game?
This NFL has gotten really to a place where I think the league, and most people want the league, a parity in everybody really do have a chance and really living the worst any given Sunday, especially with what we've seen the last few weeks. I was talking to you guys about this. There's no domination or no dominance in the league. And I thought about it, and the only team I can see that says dominance for me moving forward, because I think every team at the end of this is going to be 10-7, 11-6. The only team that can be an outlier and make me totally not correct is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing this way without all of their top players. So just imagine if they get better. They've been winning all these close games. If they can get better, well, they will get better when they get everybody back. They can have a chance to dominate. But I still don't believe. I heard what Coach said all week. I agree with Coach. I don't know how someone in the division trade a starting quarterback to a division opponent, but somehow they're facing Flacco tomorrow with Cincinnati. But I think Flacco, he'll remember how many beatdowns Pittsburgh has put on him, how many times they've gotten to the quarterback, and I think Pittsburgh will win this game tomorrow. Pittsburgh is starting to get on a good little roll. You know, when you get Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf putting up 90-plus yards the last few games and scoring touchdowns. So, yeah, I got Pittsburgh in this. But remember, this is any given Sunday. I won't declare anybody a definitive winner basically this year, because anytime, every game's going to be determined by the play of the quarterback this season. That's how dependent everybody will be on their quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think this is the wrong timing for Flacco. I think he didn't have enough time to run into this Pittsburgh team. I think if he's been playing a few weeks before tomorrow, maybe he wins that game. But it's too close to just throw him in the starting quarterback and then expect them to beat Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh is playing the best that they played since, in the last 6 years. So I don't think he can do anything with that. I think they zoom in on Flacco, and this is the game that he doesn't have a good game. But after this, I could see him doing very well.
Listen, I'm not being biased because it's the Bengals. The Bengals win this game. The Bengals win this game. Absolutely. Because Flacco didn't play bad last week and got traded at the beginning of the week. He didn't have really time to practice with the Bengals. And you're sitting there saying, okay, cool. It isn't like it's the Cleveland Browns. You know who wide receiver one and who wide receiver two is. You know Jamar Chase is going to say, Browning couldn't get it to me. I just need nigga to get it in my direction. That's all I think T. Higgins, like, get it into my direction. I think this week he had a full week. It isn't like he's coming off the couch. He's been starting since the season started. And I think this is the week that he actually beat Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, don't get me wrong, Pittsburgh is looking really good, but are they looking better than they looked last year when they first started? This is what Pittsburgh does for the last couple of years. They look good, and then they tank. Sorry, Stat. I know you have something to say after this.
I do.
This is how they started last year, and everybody's like, "Oh, we want to run," and no, look, they're not going to win this game. And Joe Flacco is not a stranger to this division. I know it's been a long time, and people forget what happened last night. And it's not the same people. People done came, left, and retired, moved on, new coaches, etc. Joe Flacco, because of Lamar Jackson, people tend to forget Joe Flacco is a Super Bowl champion. And from this division, from the same division. He played for Baltimore when he won his Super Bowl. I think this is the game that he wins with the Bengals because he had enough time to get with Jamar and Higgins. And I think that it's time for because Mike, I do agree with Mike. It's no dominant team, and I think this is the week that Pittsburgh is going to take it out.
I think his best way to go about this is to just go about it like a Pro Bowl game, and then it'll take all the pressure off. Just go out there and just play.
You said just go out like it's a Pro Bowl game and just give it your best shot at that point.
Yeah.
I will admit this game makes me a little bit nervous.
Oh.
It's not that I don't have faith in Pittsburgh because I still think that we have the upper hand in this game. I think it's just solely the fact that for me, there are still some holes in our offense that I've seen. Obviously, now we see that I am fully supporting Aaron Rodgers because, you know, we're doing good. We're on a 3-game winning streak, and hopefully it'll be 4. But I think an issue that Pittsburgh still has, I still think that we still have issues at our wide receiver positions. Yes, we have DK Metcalf. I'm still salty about the George Pickens trade. And then I would say, like, our wide receiver 2, I would put it at Calvin Austin. He's out for this game. So I'm not exactly sure how things will go. But if we can't pick it up too much on offense, even though I am confident in Aaron Rodgers for this game, I think that our defense will be able to help us win it. But I do think it's going to be a close game just because I don't think that the Bengals have it fully figured out yet. So this is not to shit on Joe Flacco and be like, he's going to be bad. I don't think that that's the case. I just think that there are going to be some mistakes that are going to work to our advantage. And in return, I think the Steelers win the game. And then hopefully we just continue our winning streak and having great weeks.
You know what, viewers? Wait, let me say something. You know what, viewers? Not only did Pittsburgh fade this time last year, Stats comments always change like this last year. Last year, she started saying, I'm nervous about this game, and that was the turnaround of the whole season. So not only was Killa correct, Stat is now following the same trend of last year. Let's see how that goes.
It's not even a trend. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
No, let me save it because I'm with you on this. When you look at right now, they're putting up 24 points a game. That's about what they were doing with Russ last year. I'm talking about Pittsburgh. I said they needed to get to 27, and they get to 27. That takes them to that next level that they would win games. But I'm going to tell you the difference. Aaron Rodgers' 24 is with less mistakes from the quarterback position.
Yeah.
Russ Wilson, 24, gave you some mistakes from the quarterback position. You see, so it's harder to win with Russell Wilson, 24, because now I'm getting mistakes at the quarterback position that could turn games around. You're more apt to win with Aaron Rodgers 24 or 23.8 points a game because he doesn't make the same mistakes late in the game like an Aaron Rodgers would because he couldn't see over the line of scrimmage. The ball got batted up and now intercepted and going the other way. It's things like that that you're seeing with the Pittsburgh Steelers that's making a difference and why they have the record they have.
Yeah.
So, Mike, are you saying that this is going to be the consistent fade as last year, or you just why are you recording this? I'm not sure.
No. I don't think they will fall off like they fell off towards the end of last year.
Oh, okay.
Falling off, it come two ways. It's because we're not putting up any more points, or we are making too many late mistakes. Pittsburgh was making too many late game mistakes, end of the game mistakes, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers will make those many late game mistakes. He won't light you up, but he won't make those many late game mistakes. And yes, Cincinnati will have a chance in this game. They're only averaging 17 points a game, but that's only because Joe Browning was over there throwing the football. You can't count this as Joe Flacco's throwing the football.
Yeah.
So, Mike, with you on the record right now, are you saying that you've never seen like athletes get older as the season went on? I know we've seen this in basketball. Is it possible that during this season, Aaron Rodgers just becomes a real 40-year-old and misses stride?
Right. But what I'm saying, yes, Aaron Rodgers can start showing that he's 40 and still not show that he's 40. Russell Wilson, when he starts showing, it shows. See, Aaron Rodgers can start showing that he's 40, shoulders down, but play the game shoulders up in a way that you not know it. Remember Peyton Manning going to Denver, he won a Super Bowl, one of his worst years, statistically from a quarterback position. But what he did when they took him and put him in the game over Brock Osweiler is because they had a defense, they said, we don't need you making late game mistakes. Peyton Manning won't do that. And that's how they won the Super Bowl. And Aaron Rodgers is now subsiding and accepting that, saying, you know what? I just don't want to be the reason the team lose. I no longer have to be the reason the team win. That's the capitulation he needed to win.
Yeah. I'll just add, I'm still confident in a win. And Aaron Rodgers hasn't given me a reason to be like, I don't trust him. The thing about Russ, because we keep talking about last season. The thing about last season, Russ just kept doing things that were not making sense. And we've seen it again this season.
Killa. Oh my
yes, because things change. That's why Mike agreed with me too.
We weren't even both on camera, and we both said the same thing.
Because we started seeing problems that we hadn't even seen with him before. That's why I'm like, okay, clearly it's the height, clearly it's this, clearly it's that, because certain things were just not translating on the field. So it was frustrating. Aaron Rodgers hasn't made me frustrated yet.
Russ felt the pressure. Russ walking in here with a superstar woman and playing like a chump. Russ felt the pressure. Russ said, wait a minute. I'm walking in here with a superstar woman. I'm playing like a chump. I got to walk out holding my lady hand and they calling me names? Russ, get out of here. Russ, you're rusted. Oh, Russ, you're like a rusted pipe. They were killing that man. His woman heard that. I don't know how you go home and tap on the shoulder and say, let's do something after you heard all that stuff. I don't know how you do that.
Yo, listen, man. I'm not saying you wrong, Mike, but the whole thing about it is this. See, people, like I said earlier in the last segment, niggas don't remember last night. Justin Fields was doing good to the point they were saying, damn, should we put Russell Wilson in? Well, he isn't passing the ball down the field. He's running. He's getting us yards, but they was winning. And then Russ came in, and he was moving the ball down the field, and everybody was Russell Wilson out.
Even stat too, Killa.
When I say niggas, I mean stat.
Okay.
There's Russell. Nah, he's getting it down the field. Not just Russell Wilson. I mean, not just stat. When I say niggas, I mean the whole Wilson family.
Yeah, Papa Stat too.
Everybody, yeah, he is getting the ball down the field. I ain't going front. Justin Fields, he was doing good, but he wasn't getting the ball down the field. And it was beautiful for 3 to 4 weeks, maybe 5, and then shit crashed, and now he ain't tall, and he can't see over everything. But they loved him, and that's why I do like what Stat is saying, because she shows that she's not going to be loyal. I don't feel like I have a problem with him yet. Yeah, I'm talking about not with the Steelers. You're very loyal to the Steelers. I'm talking about to Aaron Rodgers. Well, he's not giving me a reason to make him feel away now. It's like if you fucking with a nigga and you like how he treating you, be like, well, he do be coming in the crib on time, and he do call and check on me and all that. The first time he stay out all
and he ain't giving me no reason. He ain't giving me no reason to check his phone.
It was really the next day at 6 a.m.
Then when he come in the house at 7 in the morning, you like this. I knew this nigga. I knew that it was too good to be true. That's exactly what Stat is saying right now, my nigga.
I will just add, being a loyal football fan and trusting in a quarterback, you get trust issues. That is a real thing.
You got trust issues,
I'm
Stat?
happy today, might not be happy tomorrow. You just don't know. Things change. So I'm just hoping for the best outcome. That's all I could do.
You don't know, boy. Hey, all I know is I remember coming home. The whole drive. God damn. What I'm gonna say this time? I should have been home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, Mike.
Hey, Cam, I remember them nights.
Yeah. Listen, man. Listen. I won't say my man name. I won't. Like you said, there's been plenty of them nights for me too. But the best one ever. I ain't gonna say my man name. My man walked in the house. He got home late. He walked in the house with an IV bag and the shit around her. Talking about and he was in the hospital.
Dog. Well, I ain't never heard that one, boy.
That's a good one.
Where the fuck you get an IV bag from? Don't worry about it, Kim. I had to walk in with the IV joint last night.
Oh, man, boy.
So I checked myself out the hospital.
He got that little rolling thing, everything, that rolling thing.
And then listen, let me give you one last one real quick from the female's perspective. My man kept coming in late. You know, he's an artist, right? He's a musician. So, you know, when he come in late, you know that's the nigga's favorite.
He be in the studio.
I was in the studio. I'm in the studio. That girl came home one day, 8 in the morning. He said, where the fuck you was at? She said, I was in the studio. I ain't gonna tell you the rest.
Nigga lost it. He lost it.
Yeah.
I know he lost it.
Murder. He lost it, murder. I was in the studio. Yeah.
Okay. So regarding the game tonight, we know the Steelers will play the Bengals. Let's get into our underdog picks of the day. So underdog got Aaron Rodgers at 29.5 pass attempts. Do you have him higher or lower, Mace?
I'm going higher.
Okay, Cam.
Yeah, absolutely wrong.
Okay, DK Metcalf is at 10.5 first quarter reception yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
Higher.
Yeah, higher. These are easy.
Okay, and Joe Flacco is at 230.5 passing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mace?
I'm going higher.
Okay, Tim.
Now this one's not easy because
Higgins and Chase.
That's why exactly why it's not easy, because that's what you expect if you got Chase and Higgins 1 and 2. But you know, you got to think about this too. Mike Tomlin ain't stupid. He know who to go to. But it was a catch that Chase made last week, and it was just like, God damn. I don't know. You know, Mike be loving him some CD Lamb, but I don't know if he could fuck with Chase.
That corner, the end zone catch. That end zone catch.
Yeah, that corner. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah,
it didn't even look like.
man.
I don't know what Joe just threw. Joe just said, "I don't know what the hell I see. I'm just throwing it." He just threw that ball up. That was,
and he was in double coverage. So
yeah, right. And he made the play.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
And they're gonna
higher.
do some of that. They're gonna do that.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna go higher.
Okay. Make sure y'all download the Underdog app and you can make your picks too. So real quick before we go to breaks, I got two things because now that you guys brought that up, I forgot about this quote from Jamar Chase. So Cam, since this is your team, I just want to know your insight on what he said.
Pause, man. Pause. All right.
I didn't even say it yet. I didn't even say it yet. This is your team. This is what he said. Jamar Chase said, "We know the Steelers are going to try to come in and raw dog us and kill us. But we're going to be ready for that challenge and we're going to be waiting for it." So Cameron, what do you think about what he had to say before this game?
I swear.
Look, it's the middle of the season, man. They going through a lot. They caught a QB one down. Sometimes niggas just ain't thinking about if they gonna make it is what it is and have the pause moment of the week. You know, he could clean his language up, but I understand where he's coming from, but he could have said it a little better. But listen,
when I heard it, I thought about you, Joe. I said, they gonna kill him. They gonna kill him on the ball. They gonna kill him on the ball. I knew you would. Would. But I also thought, you know what? Yeah. He said that out of the abundance of his heart. You know what I mean? When he said, out of the abundance of your heart, the mouth speaketh. He didn't just say that. He felt that. So somebody, I don't know, he must have lost the game. And he went somewhere and he gave you what he did. He said, I'm going somewhere the raw dog would tear somebody up. And that's what he got. That's what he did. That's how I felt it when I heard it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it was definitely authentic. Just could have chosen words a little better. It was authentic, man.
That wasn't something he heard. That was something he felt before. That was something he felt before.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Pause.
It shows you the mentality going into this game, which is also why I think it's going to be close, because the way people are talking about it, I'm like, okay, this is where we're going with this. Okay, and then last question before we go to break, because the NFL is calling it the Battle of the Unks. Mike, going to let you go first, just because I'm curious. What age do you consider an Unk?
You know what? Me and my friend, we've been talking a lot about this, you know, because I want to stay an Unk forever. But she tried to make me believe that I'm going to senior citizen because at 60, they start giving you the dollar off at the movies, you know? And it's like, it's on a Tuesday night, you know what I'm saying? I said, wait a minute. We don't need to save, no. You just want to mess with a brother. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Unks should stay forever. You know, I have to think that now since I'm getting towards forever. What are you asking me that question for? You got to have somebody that's leaving Unks Day. But I think it should stay forever. I kind of like that term. I like that term.
Okay, Uncle.
I like it over what they doing at the movies, giving Negroes and giving niggas senior citizen rate. Don't give them, call it an Unk rate. Don't call them senior citizen rate, the Unk rate. Hey, I can take that. Man, let's go get the Unk rate. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
Ain't nobody want to sit there and go to senior citizen rate.
Just for that, you're like, I'll just pay regular price. I don't want to be no senior citizen rate. I get it.
I'll tell you, I want the Unk rate. Yeah, I'll take the side there play. Just take my money.
Right.
Don't hurt my heart with that.
Right.
Don't hurt my heart with that.
That's valid. Mace, in your opinion, what age do you consider an Unk, specifically in football?
Oh, in football, 30?
30's Unk?
32, yeah, definitely 30, 32.
Okay.
That's
what about murder? What about in life, Mace?
When you retire?
I think they start calling people Unk at around like 40 in rap, 35 to 40 in rap.
Yep.
Okay. Cam?
I think it's depending on who you talking to.
Yeah.
It's like it depends on the person you're talking to. Like for instance, right? I'll give you a great example. This is a hilarious. My nigga Shug. My brother Shug. He's 36. His shorty is 28. His girl. I do this shit to piss him off. I say, yo, do you think you're dating an older man? She said, absolutely. He said, what? Older man? What the fuck are you talking about? He went off. I said, sure, you like 8 years older than me. Now, ain't no older man. I said, sure, you're definitely an older man. And then the next day, because me and her are cool, his girl is my homegirl. And the next day, Shug went out with her and her friends, and she had all her friends calling him Unc the whole day. He was pissed off. He was mad about it. Yo, Unc, make a left. Yo, Unc, make it right. But what it is, he was so fucking mad. So it depends on who you talking to, and the age that person is my personal opinion, because it's another thing. You got to think about this, right? A 40-year-old today doesn't look like a 40-year-old in the 80s. Niggas is more 40-year-old in the 80s look like an 80-year-old person today. Like you think about a show like Good Times, James Evans probably was about 38, 39 years old. It's supposed to be. He looked bad. That nigga looked gray hair, bent over, like pause, the whole shit. Niggas is getting hipper. You know, I'm gonna give you. I wasn't gonna talk about this till it's close to the time. Right now, I'm working on a sitcom I'm doing, right? And you know, I'm gonna be 50 next year, and I'm working on a sitcom that I'm doing to where I'm not Cam, but I'm playing like a person like myself. You know, getting a couple dollars, you know, living a great life, etc. But I want to check myself into the old folks home, because once you're 50, you can check into an old folks home. So I'm doing a sitcom now that I'm writing with my writers about how I'm checking in with old people, but I'm pulling up in the Rolls Royces. I'm taking niggas' grandmas out to the booby trap, all type of shit. Because we getting the older niggas is getting hipper. It ain't like we falling off.
How you doing?
It's a good time to be alive. Yeah,
right.
It's a good time to be alive.
Dog. I swear, dog. You right, dog. You dead ass. You dead ass. Right. It's a dead ass. You know? So I be places, right? I go in places, man, and I have this tradition, you know, with brothers where I go to places. Excuse me, especially if it's a brother in the bathroom working. Right? You know what it takes when the Bible says those that serve us all are the greatest of us all. You know what it takes when a brother is in the bathroom to make sure you get gum and a tissue to, you know. So I always honor that brother. I always ask, how old are you? So whatever age they tell me, that's the tip every time I see him. So if he's 50, if he's 60, I'm gonna give him $60 every time I come in the bathroom. $60, dude.
Right.
Because, you know, just to appreciate that he's doing it legally.
What if he's 20, Mike?
But if he's 20, I give him $20. And I give him 20, and I love the young dude. I said, man, I appreciate you being in here doing this and not out there doing that. Smash and grabs and all of those jumps. But listen. I went in there the other night, and the dude, like, and the dude had to be lying to me. He said, I'm 60. I said, no, I don't look like this nigga. They know I look like this nigga. Like, wait a minute, man. God dang. So I'm just hoping he had to be lying, because I swore that nigga was 90. When he was talking about it, it really messed with me. It messed with me. I was like, am I not seeing me right? Do I look like this? Right. God damn, I can't look like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that thing is different, man. That thing's funny.
Yeah, we getting hipper as we get older, man. So that's how I feel about it.
That's a good conversation.
Yeah, and definitely, because the narrative has definitely shifted. So what people thought it was or thought it wasn't cool is definitely not that anymore. But to Cam's point, it is based on everybody's perspective. Because I remember I interviewed Joe Burrow, and he was like, I think Unc is 40 plus. But then when I asked Mike Evans about it, he's like, I'm only 30 and people think that I'm Unc. And in my opinion, I think I think Unc is like late 30s when you're like hitting about that 40. So it depends. So in the comments down below, let us know what age y'all think Unc is. Go ahead, Mike.
Let me just say this. Just understand the real unks we're after are older than all of us. It's Uncle Benjamin Franklin, Uncle George Washington, and all of them, Thomas Jefferson, all the unks that's on the dollar bill. They're older than all of us, and they're after those unks.
Yeah.
So they just remember.
Yo, Mike.
You know what I'm saying?
Mike, let me add on. Let me add on to that before we go to break, Mike. Because you know why? When niggas try to age shame, right? Because you know, be like, oh, you older, and I'll be like, how old are you? They be like, I'm 25, and I'll be like, what you doing? They be like, now I'm about to do this. I'm like, I had $1 million at 25. You late. I don't know what you doing with your life, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? When I had 25, I had an M, nigga. So I've been up for double your life, and you late to the party. You motherfucking might as well be my age and clock out because you ain't doing what I'm doing. You actually ain't getting it like I was getting it. So whatever. You get age shame. So to your point, Mike, I always pull that out. Fuck is you talking about? It's somebody I seen Speed, the streamer Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he asked, he didn't realize who he's talking to. At least I didn't think so. He was talking to Tracy McGrady, and he was like, well, what was you doing when you was 23? Tracy McGrady looked down at him and said, averaging 30, and walked off on him. And then looked back at him like, fuck is this nigga? You don't know me, I don't know you. I was averaging 30 when I was 23. Then I Googled it. The nigga was averaging 29.8 at 23 years old. So it's all about perspective.
Definitely is. Okay, y'all, we're gonna go to break. We'll be right back.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free.
Welcome back. So we got a little bit of a think piece here. So Cam Newton explained that he asked his girlfriend for a list of all her previous sexual partners before the relationship. He said he asked this because, quote, I want to know because before I sit up here and really keep moving and elevating our relationship, I want to know who got one up on me and if I'm willing to take on that burden. If you had any type of relationship, intimacy, experiences with people that I really know, I need to know that. I'm owed that. He clarified that his request came from a place of respect, not insecurity. Mike, but I'm going to ask you first. Do you view this as reasonable or do you think it's invasive?
I think it's absolutely reasonable. Now, let's back up. Let's back up. You are not riding in coach. You are not dealing in baggage claim. Let me make sure that you had this perspective of yourself before I see you as this. So if you had been having some coaching baggage claim niggas, let me know now. So I can say, hey, you know what I mean? Cause I don't want to put you on this pedestal as my queen. And here come one of these coach baggage claim niggas talking about, I told them boots up. I want to know that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes.
So, hey, a lot of people gonna say a lot of things. But Cam, I ain't saying I necessarily agree with it all. But Mace, as you said, like Chris Rock said, I understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You Cam Newton. You know all the nigga wanna say is I had Cam. Or everybody that never made it to the NFL that sat here and lied to you. Oh, my coach didn't like me. I hurt my knee. Oh, my ankle went bad. All them lies. The only thing make him feel better is he said, I ain't never played in the league, but I had Cam Newton, girl. I tore her up. I can't get a nigga that. Are you joking? Stop playing around. Cam was within his rights for what he's going to deliver to ask what grounds have you set your feet upon. I got no problem with it.
Great. Cam.
Listen, I got a question for Mike. It's a one question, but it's a two-part question. First of all, you're 100% right, and Cam is right. Now, let me ask you this, Mike. Is it about how many people you had, or who you had, or a combination of both?
Well, that's an interesting question because if how many change how you, if how many change how you feel, that's an issue. That's an issue. It's an issue. You know what I mean?
Right,
But
right,
if you just if you're how many, they all because you're all how many can really help me. You ain't gonna meet any. Certainly, you won't meet many if you meet any quite like Mike. So everybody you had before help me. Help me. I just got to make sure it's a number that I can reasonably deal with and not go crazy about. You see what I mean? I don't mind
right,
about any of them. They won't. Any of
right.
them won't give you quite what might give you. So I'm okay with that. They all help me. You can all say them niggas fell short. You know what I mean? But in the end, I still got to be able to rationalize the number. So if you feel quite all right, then okay, the number wasn't out of hand. But if you don't feel the same, then yeah, that might be something different. We got to look at that number again. You know what I'm saying?
All right, one more question before I answer the question. Now, what if it's somebody that you like the girl, you would and all that. Now, what if it's
Yeah.
somebody she been with that you just absolutely hate, but she was upfront with you about it and was like, look, I've been with this person. I ain't been with them for years, but I just want to show you the respect and tell you that I've been with
Yeah.
this nigga. And
Yeah, I ain't got a
how do
problem
you
with
feel
that.
about
I
that?
don't have a problem.
Yeah,
It ain't got nothing to
yeah,
do with what relationship I've had with the dude. That ain't. I don't have an issue with that because I don't have no dude holding free rent in my head. You know what I'm saying?
right,
There's no joker out here that I can say, I'm worried about him running up on mine or something. I ain't sweating that. You know what I mean?
right,
You can do all of that you
right,
want. So that doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. Now this will. This will. You know his greatest life would have been me. So since he's fallen short of me, and now he sees that you are with me, oh, he gonna turn up the heat coming after you. If you succumb to
right.
this, then I have to make some moves on that.
Right. Now, because you made a great point, a lot, and that's a fantastic point. Because sometimes niggas don't even know the girl name. They just might be like, "Nah, that's Mike old joint. Oh, that's Mike old
That's all
joint."
they gonna say.
And
That's all they gonna say. That's all they gonna say. That's all they gonna say.
yeah,
And it's
they
just
don't
they
even know the
victory.
name.
And it's all the
Yeah,
pain that them niggas didn't make it, and somehow, some way, this makes it okay. They ain't become shit. I know I
right,
ain't make the league, nigga. But I hear my goal, girl. I hear
right,
my girl. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, please get
right,
on out of here with all
right,
that. You know,
right,
you hit the
right,
nail right on the head. That's what I'm talking about.
right. Exactly, and I'll just reference a couple of movies. Like I know Mike might have. I don't know if Stat have. Have you ever seen the movie Meet the Parents? So it's
Oh
a
yeah.
movie called Meet the Parent. You seen that, Stat? Of course you haven't. But anyway, the girl goes with her fiance to her ex-boyfriend's house, and they get in a conversation, and they're like, he's like, yeah, man, you lucked up with her. She's a real tomcat. And nigga looks at her like he just and then he approaches the girl, his girl like, yeah, I was just talking to your ex. And she's like, yo, why do you care? It wasn't love. It was just we had great sex. It was some sexual thing.
Right.
That doesn't make a nigga feel better either. But at least you know now you got movies like The Best Man. Your homeboy done bonked your girl and you not even telling them and everybody's around each other. Imagine everybody at the dinner table knowing another nigga at the dinner table bonked your fiance and you the only nigga that don't know. That's where I'm at. If you tell me what's going on, we can work around it. But if you sit there and I'm the last nigga in the room to know, it's a dub because you have me sitting here around everybody for I don't know how long looking stupid and fuck all these niggas too that's supposed to be my friends and y'all know and y'all ain't tell me, especially the nigga who bone and you supposed to be my man. So to me, it's not about I mean, it's more about who you with and the communication. If you're telling me, yo, this happened, that happened, and that's my choice to say I can live with that or I can't live with that. But as far as just what Cam Newton said, I think he's 100% in his rights because to me, it sounds like that's something. When Mike started his segment off with this segment off with when you asked him the question was, it sounds like if somebody look, ladies, take it like this: if somebody asks you this, that means they like you and they really willing to invest in you, and that's why those
Right.
questions are asked. If he didn't give a fuck, he wouldn't give a fuck. Like yo, whatever. It was nice seeing you today. See you tomorrow. Whatever. See you next week. See you in a year or two. If you're asking those questions, that means he really liked her. So don't feel offended, feel privileged because it looks like he's willing to do more if he's asking those type of questions.
But let me say this. Let me draw out this piece though. But if you what I call the B&B, I can't do that with that.
What's the B&B?
If you bust up my best nigga, you can't be on. Oh, we take it back this week. We gotta get out here. Oh, you busted my
Yes.
best? Oh, I'm out of here. I ain't got nothing to
Yeah.
do with it. You being
Oh
me.
yeah.
You
Yo,
busted my best?
yo.
Yeah. What am I
Yeah.
doing this? But so you know what I mean. Yeah, you got that
Yo,
nigga, this
Mike,
nigga, that nigga. That's okay. But being
no,
B, I
Mike,
can't. No,
no, fam.
no.
That's a great point. That's a great point because you know what it is? Yo, Mike, I love that you said that. Because you know why? It's because, listen, man, be an entertainer, athlete, whatever. Sometimes you get thrown around because but that's what
You
they
gonna
want.
cross up. You
You
may
know what I'm
cross
saying?
up.
Yeah,
But you can't
yeah,
be in
yeah.
me.
You may,
You can't be in me. You
yeah,
can't be.
yeah.
You
No,
can't be.
but no. Listen, let me give you an example. Right? This is what I'm saying. I'll give you an example, and just purely an example. Not saying this happened to anything. In your prime, you no.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
Listen. You hit a joint. Dion hit a joint. And whatever, y'all are having fun and what not necessarily together, you hit it, and everybody's cool. And then she be like, Mike, I really like you though. I don't want to, what's up, me and you? It's too late. Yo, yeah, what do you think? Like, yo, I know you like me, but you already did what you did.
Hey,
It's too late.
hey, time had a joint. And and Dion's funny. I shouldn't even say it, but Dion's a funny dude. You gotta creep in, creep out with Dion, right? And then we were playing in a game. I didn't know what time joint like that, right? I gave her the ticket. It was right there in what we call, the row. We called it the row. That's where you put, and they were right in back of us. So I had scored a touchdown, run over, and they were jumping around. Then I said, "Hey man, oh, who got right there? Who got that right there?" I said, "Boy." He said, "Boy, where you get that doctor from?" I said, "What do you mean, doctor?" What you talking? He said, "Boy, hey, boy, that's a doctor right there." I said, "Oh,
Yeah,
you know her?" I know that doctor. You know what I'm saying? He was saying, I'm like,
yeah,
we're in the middle of a game, So that was
yeah,
the end of what we could go. Because Dion had
right,
already said, he knew that doctor. So I was like,
right.
yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah, that was cool. But that was the last game for her. Yeah.
Not last
You
game for
know
her.
what I'm saying?
Y'all are hilarious. I
I would be with Dion too much to have this in between us. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
we can't have that in between us. Now some joke I ain't gonna never see. But I'm gonna be with
yeah,
Dion every day. Every day.
right,
Yeah. So that as a
right.
matter of fact, Dion calls me. Actually, he'll mess with me. You'll see him, he'll say, "Oh, James." And this was way back in the day when we went out. We went somewhere. He was doing these events in Puerto Rico, and we were coming in. We had an appearance the next day of something he was doing. And we had gone to dinner, and we came and I said, "No, man, I got to get some sleep. We got an early morning." And we had met this beautiful person downstairs, and I was going to the room, and I said, man, I got to get sleep. He said, yeah, let's go sleep. So we went to the room. The next day he came back, knocked on the door. I'm a little late. I'm trying to rush you in the room. He said, what? He said, I thought you said you were going to sleep. He said, from now on, nigga, I'm calling you James Dublin. You doubled back on me. You James Dublin. So every time you see me, he'll say, oh, James. He'll just say, okay. Nobody knows but he and I.
Yeah.
Like, I can't trust you. You'll
joke.
double back on me. Oh, James,
James,
So that's just our
fact.
thing. So, no, I can't have you. If you've been, not with Dion. No, we can't do that. Yeah, we can't do that. No.
Which is valid. I totally understand. Real quick, I do want to add, because I know people are probably curious on the girl's point of view too. She said, I actually love the fact that he has my list. It's such a weight off my chest. So there you have it. That is her response. That's how she's feeling. So it works. So shout out to him. That's what I'll add.
And that also, give her props on this. Give her props on this. When she said, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Much love to her. Because what she's saying is, you got it. And let's stop them niggas from trying to creep back now that I'm with you. I told them when I left you, when I left them, I'm going to find something better. And now that I found something better, they're back in my box. Now I'm glad you know now. Helps me with these niggas that's in my box again. Because they think they trying to get some of your money. I told them I'm spending all that myself. I ain't give you niggas none. That's why I cut you niggas off. You see what I'm saying? You know, that's how it really go down. I'm just giving y'all the real lay low.
That's a fact. Yo, Stat, let me ask you. You need to know too for a nigga?
It depends. It really depends. Because I don't feel like I need to know, but if he feels like I need to know, then I probably need to know. Because there's nothing off the top of my head that would have me at too much of a concern. But it also depends on the type of people that you typically talk to. So I'm not really...
But if he's scavenging, if he done anything around your best friends, your great friends, he has to tell you now.
Yeah. If it was with my best friends though, typically things just come to me that sometimes I don't want to know. So I'm gonna know every time. Right. So I would rather just be upfront and honest. But I'm not gonna lie, certain careers, I want to know. And certain ones, it depends. Cam, what were you going to say?
No, I was just basically saying what you kind of already answered. Like, what if y'all all out eating and nigga double backed on the homie? Yo.
Oh, yeah, that's...
And y'all ordered dinner, you know? Yeah.
That's dead. Without saying too much, I've definitely... heard of a situation that. So
no, Stat. But it's too late. You went too deep now.
Well, now that we're talking about it, I'm like, low key, I do kind of ask because that has happened before I was in it. Because, like I said, things come to me that I don't want to know half the time. So before they can even tell me, I probably already know, and that's dead. Because if you talk to the friends, it's clipped, it's wraps, it's done, it's over. But now it's something I don't got to worry about at all anymore. So we good over here. That's what I will add. Okay, y'all. Well, that is all the time that we have for today. This was a great discussion. A lot of good topics. So that was great. Mike, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Yeah, that's just a hell of an end right there, is what I'm saying.
Right.
You sure we don't want to get one more football topic in to give us orange with this medicine we just gave them? You see what I'm saying?
See, the grand finale will be y'all at the game. That will be the grand finale. Y'all at the Miami game. I would love to see that. So I'm hoping it happens.
We'll see
it.
Yeah,
my man, me and the old James Dublin, baby.
There you go.
I actually told that story.
There we go. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. 2 Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.